My name is Mike Stagg. I live in Lafayette. I'm a registered voter. I'm not voting for David Vitter for the United States Senate. The reason I'm not voting for the senator really has nothing to do with his history of engagement with prostitutes. He says that he's worked this out with his wife and his God, and that's good enough for me. But I am concerned about his actions in regard to his aide, Brent Furer, Mr. Furer's attack on women, and what Mr. Vitter's handling of that affair says about his judgment and his suitability for public office. About 6 months after Mr. Vitter publicly admitted that he had sinned, Mr. Furer, who was a member of Vitter's staff, attacked a woman in her apartment and held her there against her will. She had stab marks. Police were called. Charges were filed. Senator Vitter, instead of ridding his office of this influence, actually retained Mr. Furer and promoted him, putting him in charge of all things women's issues. Now, think for a moment, if you were in business and Vitter was a manager for your company, he ran a branch office or he ran a division, and something like this happened and he took a similar course of action. If he protected a person who engaged in an attack on women, and word was out in the office, and he basically allowed a climate of fear and intimidation to fester in that office, the company could be liable for legal claims brought against it by the women in those offices. The company could be liable for hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of dollars, depending how long things were allowed to continue or how bad things got. Vitter did not think that this was a problem, that he had a man who attacked women in his office and then gave him, of all things, the title of being in charge of women's issues for the senator. If you're not in business, then another way to look at this issue is that could you trust the senator with the life and safety of your daughter? If something happened to your daughter, if she was accosted or attacked by one of the members of her staff, who could she turn to and report it? Vitter? Apparently not, because what he's done in the Furer case is he protected this guy. He promoted him. My wife and I are the parents of an 18-year-old, politically active, socially aware daughter. She believes she can make a difference. She's engaged in the world. She thinks that politics matters. But we couldn't allow her to go to work in Vitter's office in Washington knowing what the senator has done in light of this Furer situation. I could not trust her well-being and safety to the senator. Think about what that says about the kind of man David Vitter is. Republicans used to say that character mattered. What happened with that?